Okay, sweet. Okay, so welcome everyone. So I have my Safari opened right here to, just to the internet and to the Café Vos website. And I assume everyone clicked right here to join the meeting. And so right here on the website, I just kind of want to let you know where my mouse is. Can everyone see where I'm pointing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. And so if you click right here, this is where the training videos are going to be. And this is where we're going to upload the Zoom meeting after we're done with it. Okay, and so let me see. So we're going to log in right here on the top right corner. And so I'm hoping that everyone has credentials. If you requested credentials and you didn't get credentials, you may want to check your spam email because that's where it's likely to be. If not, just email me and we can get that going. Okay, so okay, we have one more participant right here. So right here we have different lists. We have my lists, the public list, and the shared with me lists. These lists are the lists that I have created. And then public lists are the lists that everyone has created and made public. And so we have some terms right here that I created in another username. And then these lists are shared with me by other groups. And so we're going to start out by creating a list. And so, we'll just go to the home page and create a list. And we can name this list the Zoom list. And we'll create it. And then we can upload terms to this Zoom list by clicking on upload. So first of all, we need to, when we're here, we need to select what list we're going to put the terms in. So we're going to put them in the Zoom list right here and continue. And then we're going to choose a language. I'm going to do from English into Spanish. And then this is where we put the English term. Let's just say we're going to put, I don't know, lamp. And oops, lámpara. And all we need to do is click the save button. And it says right here, term successfully created. So this list already has that term. Now, if we want to import some data, like say we have a list in Excel or on our Google Drive or somewhere, then this is where we go to import that kind of a data. And so, so the other day, one of my friends that's also an interpreter here told me that she had the shelter hearing, and we haven't had a shelter hearing in quite a bit of time. And so she said, you know what, but this website right here might help you get prepared. And so I went to this website and got a bunch of terms for the shelter hearing. And so right here on column A on my Excel, I put all the terms that I was kind of rusty on. And then of course, I went to my source, to my dictionaries and everything, and got the equivalents for this. And so now that I have this made, all I have to do is select both column A and B, where I have my terminology, and then do a copy. And then we get here to where we were, and then I do a paste. And it's gonna look a little odd, but it doesn't matter because when you import it, the flashcards, the audio flashcards are created automatically. So as you can see, all those flashcards are in. We're not gonna have to record it. Like I used to have to record my own voice flashcards. We just click on save. And it says that they're successfully created. So when I go over here, I go to home. We're gonna see that we have this. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So I'm being told right here that I didn't assign the list. That's why I didn't create it. So I'm gonna go back right here and import it again. And paste it and import. And I need to select the list. I forgot to select the list. So I have it right here, and then I'm gonna choose English and Spanish right here. So let's see if it uploads it now. So, it just did 7 terms, it seems like. Okay, so we go to the Zoom list right here to look at the complete list. Seems like it uploaded 7 terms only. I'll try that again here in a minute. But I just wanted to show you how this works. So once we have the list, we can opt to just play them, say, well, I want to see, you know, what I wrote on here, and, you know, oh, there's an error on there. So I'm going to go to yeah, manage lists right here. And okay. So, okay, I'm going to create another list. Okay. Okay, so shelter hearing, create. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go to shelter hearing and upload some terms right here. And I'll just import a few because I think there's a problem with my list actually. So I'll just select a few right here, say 5, and I'll do a copy. And then I'll do a paste. And they're imported. So I'll do the English here and the Spanish here. And then I'll save it. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna need to I'm gonna need to figure out what's going on with this. But so I'll go to another list right here. Say this test list right here. And so this one has the word bike right here. So if I just want to test myself on bike, I'll click here.
Bike. Bici.
So
Answer to the petition.
Contestar la demanda.
Contestar la demanda.
Okay, so if I get it right, I mark it right. And then I can play all terms.
Bici.
So
Answer to the petition. Contestar la demanda. Arrears of payment due.
if I can't remember
Atrasos de
that,
pagos en mora.
Then I mark it wrong.
Asserting.
Reclamar.
And I can't remember that one either.
Asset and liability statement.
Declaración
Declaración de activos y pasivos.
Okay, so
Income and expense declaration.
Declaración de ingresos y egresos.
okay. So,
Attachment.
embargo.
Embargo.
Child abuse.
And I'll mark that one
Maltrato
wrong.
o abuso de menores.
Okay, and so basically I've marked 3 wrong right here. And we can go through the whole list and I can test myself. And then I get my refined list. This is my list of terms that I didn't get right. And so it's the list of terms that I want to review, because sometimes we have terms that we have in groups and we may already know some of the terminology. So once we mark what we have right, what we have wrong, then we can create our own terms and then we can just play all terms from here. And once we've got them, they're ours, then we can just mark them correctly. And this is going to do the same thing.
Arrears of payment due.
Atrasos de pagos en mora.
And so once we have them right, we mark them and like that, and it'll make it disappear. Okay. And so, that's how we basically add lists. And I'm going to have to recheck on that one because I think my Excel sheet was wrong. But it seems to me like whenever I do it from the Google Doc, it doesn't have any issues. So I'm going to try to do it from Google Docs instead of an Excel sheet.
I was going to say, should look like the one that you type in, so that they can see when you type in
Okay.
something, it just immediately translates. That's
Okay. Okay, so let me see. So I'm just gonna upload one term. Just my husband's saying that it might help just to see how fast you know, you can do this. So English, Spanish, and I'm gonna select the list. You know, random terms right here. Continue. And hello, and we'll put hola right here. Okay, and so that is saved. So I will go to my random list now. And we can play it.
Hello.
Hola.
So that's how fast you can upload it and you can start doing it. One of the things that I am really excited about, you know, I don't know how many of you are court interpreters, but sometimes when we're in court, we get a term that we're rusty on or that we've never heard, and then we write it down on our little book, and then eventually that term disappears because we don't have somewhere to put that term. And so what I like about this is that you can just come in here and put it on your random terms or your, you know, whatever list that you've created to be able to get those terms that for whatever reason don't get into that part of your memory that you can access really quickly. And so, so to manage your terminology, say that you made a mistake on one of your terms. And so to be able to edit your lists, you're going to go to manage lists right here, and then you're going to pick a list. So, you know, say right here, I'm going to go to my random term list right here. So I have it, hello, hola, but you know, say I just want to change it for whatever reason to ¿qué hubo? And you know, because in this context, it applies a little bit better. So I just click enter and then it saves it. And then when we go back to random terms and we look at our list, we'll say hello,
Hello.
¿Qué hubo?
Okay, and so that's the way we edit these terms. And so now to add groups, this is where you're right here, where we can manage our lists. And right here where it says private groups, let me see if I have other participants. Oh, yes. So sorry about that. Okay. So welcome. I apologize to the people that just joined. I didn't realize that you were waiting right there, but I just added you. So we just reviewed a few things. The Zoom meeting will be recorded, and so you'll be able to have access to what you missed. So right now we're gonna start on how to add groups. And so we click up here, and we go to private groups, and then we can create a new group. So we'll call this group interpreters. And then once we create the group, it's here. It's got some little icons right here. This one, if you hover over it, it's going to say lists assigned. And this one, if you hover over it, it's going to say group users. So we're going to need to add some lists on here. So I want to assign a list to share with this group. So say I want to share my random terms list. I will assign it to that list. I can assign more lists. Sorry about that. I can assign more lists if I want to by going to lists and assigning another list. Say I want to assign corporations to this list, and I assign it. So now I have 2 lists on here. And then if I want to add users, some of my friends that say, you know what, I could really benefit from these lists. Can you share those with me? You know, we have a study group going, or we have students. So we go over here to invite users, and we just add their email address. And then once we add it, the users were invited to the group. So I go back, and as you can see, this user has been added. So now the pro user and I both have access to those 2 lists. And so I think that's it in a nutshell. I don't know if there's any questions. If there's any questions, we can deal with that right now. Let me see. There are some questions here on the chat. Let me see. So can I use other pair of language, English, Arabic, for example? Right now it's not set up for English, Arabic, but we can set it up for English, Arabic. That's correct, right? Yes. So if you want us to set it up for English, Arabic, we can get that done. And then I'll email you as soon as that's up, if that's okay. Does that work? Okay, is he, and okay, and so it is available on mobile. So if you open the Cafe Voce app on your mobile device, it does set up as a mobile. It is not an app like from the App Store. It's what's called the web app. So basically, you know, if you save that site on your phone, you know, you can use it kind of like an app, but it's not an Apple app per se, but it is a web app that kind of works very similar to that. Okay, and so what's the difference between this web app and Quizlet? Okay, you know, I don't know exactly what Quizlet has. I've done just the regular flashcards. I haven't done any audio flashcards. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know audio flashcards existed on Quizlet until I posted on Facebook that we were creating this, and someone said that they did have them available. Then I just Googled it, and I saw that for the paid version, you have access to audio flashcards. So I have not seen what Quizlet is. I mean, what they have. And so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Have you used Quizlet before? If you want, you can turn on your mic and just let me know.
Yes, I did. I used Quizlet before, and it has both. It has like only text and audio as well.
Okay, okay. And so, you know, and that may work for you, you know, if Quizlet works for you. What I don't know, what I envision that would help me personally, especially when we're studying for a test or we're studying for a certain hearing, is that sometimes I want to be able to study, you know, on the go. And what I was doing before, like I'm saying, I didn't know Quizlet had anything like this, is I was recording my own voice, and I was saying, and then waiting a few seconds, and then recording it in the, you know, in the target language, and then doing my list like that. And then once I memorized them, then I had to re-record the whole list. So I kind of wanted something that could eliminate it. And I don't know if Quizlet has those features. They may, but I don't know. Do they have those features where you can just kind of start eliminating things from your list and you don't have to record them?
You can create your own list. You can use existing lists, and you can edit, you can delete. Yeah, there are so many options.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess this one, I guess it's been, you know, we've just created it just to fit whatever I thought my needs were. And I just kind of wanted to share with anyone else that might have the same needs. And so let me see, James wrote something right there on the text. It says, Cafe Voice also has a texting functionality when you mark certain terms as passed or not. And so I don't know, Quizlet may have that functionality too. I don't know. I know that they do have that testing functionality on their, just their visual cards, but you know, like I'm saying, I haven't tried their audio cards, so I wouldn't know. Okay, okay, so Quizlet has that too. Okay. So, you know, so maybe, you know, if Quizlet's meeting all your needs on that, then, you know, it just depends if you know, which one you find easier to use, whatever you want to use. You know, we're providing this for free. Let me see. I don't see any other comment. Okay. Okay. So what Jenny says is that she feels that the sound app on the Cafe Voice is better in the Spanish. And so whatever software Quizlet is using in the Spanish, I guess, at least for Jenny, it sounds like it works better for her in Spanish. But like I'm saying, I haven't used Quizlet, so I wouldn't be able to tell. And so let me see. So if you have any other questions, or you know, we can, and for the people that came in a little bit later that I did not let in, we can stay a little bit later. And if you have any questions, we can review some of the things that we went through as far as how to add things. And I think I had some glitches there with my Excel sheet, and somehow it didn't capture it well. And so, you know, we can try that again if you want, or if you have any other questions on this or something else you want me to review.
Well, I have a question, because you mentioned that this is free, and I was wondering if you need to give access to other users, or for example, if I recommend this app to a friend of mine, would they be able to use it, or would you have to admit them?
So here, you're able to invite one person a day, I believe. So what you do, right here, I don't know if you can still see my screen. I'm hovering over my username. You click right here, and you go to the invite users right here. And then you're gonna have this option. And so you're going to enter your friend's email right here. And then click invite, and that'll automatically send them an email to invite them. And then they can just log in after that, and it's automatic. The issue has been, I just invited one of my friends yesterday, and she didn't get the email, but it had gone to spam. So make sure that if you invite one of your friends, that you let them know that they may want to check their spam, because for whatever reason, email kind of thinks that I'm a little spammy. So
Not that I have a lot of friends, but I
Okay.
do have a lot of students. So is there a limit on the number of people that we can invite?
no, we're the reason we have a limit of the number of people you can invite per day, but not on the number of people you can invite total. And even
Invite somebody that
yeah, so like say you invite student, you have a student, her name is Maria. You invite Maria today and you say, hey Maria, can you invite John? And so Maria invites John, and you invite Maria, and John can invite someone else on the same day. And the next day you can all invite, someone else. And so, the reason that we put a limit is because we're still working a little bit on the app, and to be honest with you, we didn't know that there were other options. So we thought, well, this may just kind of explode on us and we may not have enough capacity. So this is a way for us to not, for it to not become exponential too fast.
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
And so. Okay, so thank you, Ines. Ines says, I do enjoy your process of elimination, continuity, and also both voices are nicer than in other apps I've used. Okay. Okay, so for me, just not having to record my voice was a big deal. And I think one of the things that I kind of wanted to is to create a place where we can share, and maybe we can meet people here and create study groups if that's what our interest is, or if we have our own students, then we can just share with them. But I think that people who share and study together, I don't know, it just seems to me like the dynamics just works out better to be able to learn. And so yeah, any other questions or anything else that you want to review? So, but that was a really good question about how to invite people, because, I totally skipped letting you guys know about that.
could you just show us real quickly how to add maybe like 2 terms and then play back so you can see how it's up?
Okay, so for the people that weren't here at the beginning, I'm going to add a couple of terms. So and then play them back just so that you can see how that works. So we're going to go to manage lists. And if you don't have your own list, you create a list and you name it whatever you want to name it. I just named it list. And then we upload the terms, we select the list, excuse me. And I selected list. I'm going to go from Spanish to English this time. And we'll add the term ahora, which in English would be today. And then I will click add term again to just say nunca, which is never. And then I will save those terms. And it says it's created successfully. When I go home, I go to my lists and I can play my list from here. This is just when we're driving, we don't want to be seeing anything. Just play some.
Ahora,
Today,
nunca,
never,
So it plays a whole list so that you don't have to mess with your phone while you're doing something else that requires your full attention. And then once you want to quiz yourself, you go to the complete list and you can play all the
Ahora.
terms.
Today.
Nunca.
Never.
Never.
So I can mark that one right. I can mark that one wrong because I missed it. And it gives you your stats. And then I can go to my refined list. And the one that I got wrong is the one that's going to be on my refined list. And then I can play all terms.
Ahora.
Today.
Or I can play it from here.
Ahora.
Today.
And so basically that's how you add and play your terms. And then you can go back here and say you go to your list right here. And here's where the list is. You can see your list here, but this is where you click to see your whole list. And this is where you can edit your list. And you can also say ahora, now. And you click enter and it saved it. And once you go back to your list, you're going to play ahora.
Ahora.
Now.
And so it's corrected. And so we're trying to make it as user-friendly as it can be because we don't have a lot of time to mess with things that are too complicated. So are there any other questions, suggestions? Well, thank you. Let me see, I just read, thank you for your efforts.
Hey, Jadi, I do want to ask something.
Okay.
So timelines when it comes to, I mean, I understand that you guys are working and all of that. I guess people would be interested in seeing something about what, like, for example, what target languages or languages will you make available, like the Arabic ladies that were connected today, and things like that. So is there a way of time-wise of knowing certain things that you will be making available as time goes and stuff like that?
So so basically what we're doing is we're doing it on demand. So if there's no Chinese interpreters or people that want to use it, it's just going to bog down the system to have all these extra languages. So for example, we just got a request for Arabic. And so I don't know, what's the timeline on uploading it? It takes about a month?
Yeah.
Okay. So for those changes, it'll take about a month and then we'll be ready to go. And if we have it done before, then we can just email, whoever showed interest on that it's ready to go.
I do share another question with, I think it's Mr. Banks. I was thinking about the playback. I noticed that when the playback, in some instances, it seems like the response, whether from English to Spanish or Spanish to English, is a little bit faster than in others. Is there a way to adjust that time between playbacks?
I think there is. I think that's something we still need to work on, because I think that the space in between the two words is determined by the first word. So if the first word is very short, it gives you very short middle, to respond section. But I think we do need to add, a few more seconds. Yeah. So they are working on that, because we had noticed that, especially like on that ahora one, I couldn't even respond on time for that.
Right. Very good.
Yeah. So. Okay. And let me see. Okay. Yes. Okay. I hadn't seen Mr. Banks's Mark Banks right here. Okay. Okay. And so if there's no other questions, well, and I'll wait a few seconds and see if there's any other questions. And I guess I need to read my chat and make sure that I covered everything. Yeah, and that's what one of the good things that, at least for me, you know, that I think is good about this app is that it's tweakable, you know, where you have, you know, a big company or whatever, it's a lot harder to get things done. You know, it does take us a while because, you know, because we're small and it's, you know, as far as resources, we're not getting any income from this, but, and we are, you know, we are paying, but, you know, but there's other things, you know, that in my mind that I have that would help interpreters, and one of them is just, you know, doing phrases, which we can do, you know, and I can show you right here how not just doing terms per se, but doing complete phrases so that you can have the context of the so say right here, instead of adding one term, I can say, you know, my grandmother likes hot chocolate every day, and that's wonderful. So say, you know, you have a judge that likes to say the same phrases over and over, and I guess, you know, you have different people that you interpret for, and they kind of have their own set way of saying things, and you kind of want to say it a little bit differently than what you've been saying. So all you need to do is write the phrase there, and then just write whatever you want to say. And so we can do the whole, let me see, I haven't selected the list. And I haven't selected the language. And then once we save it, it can do the whole phrase. So on the random terms, once we go to the complete list, we're going to see right here that we have my grandmother.
My grandmother likes hot chocolate every day, and that's wonderful.
A mi abuela le gusta tomar chocolate caliente todos los días. Eso es maravilloso.
And so, sorry, my channel got switched there. And so, you know, I think in the future for me, what would help me is, you know, maybe if this gets going, we can put this at different speeds so that, you know, having long segments of material that we need to interpret and having it at faster speeds, it seems, at least for me, it helps me be able to get that terminology down. So. And as you can see, because this was a longer segment, the spacing between that and the answer was way longer. And so we're just going to have to put a few more seconds between the segments if it's shorter than a certain amount of seconds. Do we have any other questions or anything else? Well, I appreciate everyone logging on and joining us for this webinar. And if you requested credentials and you have not gotten credentials, check your spam folder. And if you still don't have them, email me, yadira@certifiedspanishinterpreters.com, and I can get you set up, or And once you're logged in, once you have access, then you can invite whoever you feel that might benefit from this. So thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Yadira.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you
Is
so
everybody
much.
gone? Oh, there's Mark.
And I can't even find my thing. That's how, okay. So it says stop share. Oh, okay, when I stop share, things work better. Okay, well, have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Hi, Ines.